Greetings, George H.W. Bush, New Tech, Odessa High School, Ector County Independent School District, and all of our virtual community. My name is Mr. Ramirez, and I'm the very proud principal of George H.W. Bush, New Tech, Odessa High School. Welcome to NTO's 7th graduation ceremony and our first ever virtual graduation as we celebrate the class of 2020. At this time, I would like to ask NTO senior Arwen Weeks to lead us in performing the national anthem and also our pledges. Following Arwen will be NTO senior Adamari Dominguez with opening comments.
Thank you. And now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. One last time, the NTO Learner Pledge. As a learner at New Tech Odessa, I pledge to experience new things along my path to discovering and refining my true talents. I pledge to be a leader and a learner by seizing opportunities as I prepare for the expanding world of tomorrow. In doing so, I pledge to represent my school with honor because I am not just an individual, I am part of a family at New Tech Odessa. And now, Adamari Dominguez for the opening comments.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to begin this ceremony by thanking ECIC, our principals, our administration, and staff, because without them, this virtual ceremony would have never been possible. I want to thank them for realizing our hard work and knowing that we deserve some type of graduation. I want to thank our facilitators for providing us with any support that we may have needed during these times. Without them, we would have not made it this far. And finally, let's also take a special moment to appreciate the class of 2020, because boy, have we had a crazy, different year. Never in my life would I have thought that our senior year would be cut short and spent at home. But things happen for a reason. I believe that we all probably needed to come together and connect with our families, especially because a lot of us are about to head out of home, and we might not get to be with our families as much. So even though this happened, there is a reason. But look at us now. We finally made it and are ready to open a new chapter in our life. Despite the fact that I only attended 3 years at NTO, those 3 years were enough to know that NTO is my family. I remember my sophomore year walking up to these doors and being so scared for my life because it was a new environment and learners, along with facilitators, probably already knew each other. I was even thinking of going back in my car and not entering the building, but somehow I pushed through my fear and went inside. I was able to make it through my first day of Culture Week, which was quite an experience because I was a bit shy, and getting up to present and doing team building activities was not a specialty of mine. but I felt welcome and I did not feel like an outcast. I want to thank a special friend, Brianna Hernandez, because without your help, I would have had a hard time making friends. You introduced me to your group of friends, and from there, I was able to get out of my shell and make new friends. I would like to say that breaking out of my shell was one of my many accomplishments. Aside from that, one of my greatest accomplishments is getting accepted into the National Honor Society. I remember being so proud of myself because it was just my first year, and I was able to show my facilitators the hard work that I can put into their class. Now, the NHS induction ceremony was a bit nerve-wracking because I saw the other learners that got accepted that year: Oliver, Sadie, Karina, Clarissa, and Ella. At that time, I didn't even know their names because it was my first year, and I had only met a few people, and I didn't really have them in any of my classes. Once junior year came around, and we actually started being in the NHS club, that is when I gained more new friends, or as I like to say, another family, because NHS is my family. And it is a club that I could really depend on. In this club, with the help of Ms. Valadez, I learned about teamwork, leadership, and giving back to the community in some type of way. Now, fast forwarding it to senior year, let's say that we've made quite a few memories that I won't forget. Do y'all remember the trip to the Globe Theater? How we all managed to fit all 65 of us in one bus? That day was pretty cold, and we basically made our own heater with all those bodies in that bus. We even lost Mr. Marsh in the crowd of students sitting in the bus, but trust me, he was there. He was sitting up in front with Brittany and I. So I would like to thank Mr. Eastep for suggesting and basically arranging this one of the few trips that we had because it was quite a memory. I will never forget the one time that we were a bit upset in Ms. Bargon's anatomy class because Arvin was late by only 1 minute and we had to take a pop quiz for being late. Boy, that class really taught me the value of studying because trust me, remembering all 206 bones of the human body is not as easy as it seems. And don't forget to spell it correctly or points will be taken off. Also, remember when we started applying for scholarships, college, financial aid? Yep. Some of us left that financial aid till last minute, and Ms. Rivera wasn't too happy for that. She even started calling parents to remind them that we needed to get it done. I was one of them. Ms. Rivera ended up having a whole other conversation with my mom, which I think is pretty funny. I also remember our trip to Sul Ross University was quite an experience. From Lucia and I being the only ones awake on the bus making TikToks to everyone complaining about the walking. The most walking we have ever done, compared to the 3 steps we take at our school. Walking up and down from a lot of steps at Sul Ross was quite hard. Not only that, it felt like we were walking up due to the hills, and also, the heat was not it on that day. Something that I definitely miss is seeing my closest friends, Ernesto, Joseph, Brianna, Lucia, Nikki, and Anai. I remember every day after school, we would go bug Miss Elise like always. Then we would get out of the building, and as we were walking out, we would literally look like crazy people because we would start a game out of tag out of nowhere and run to our cars so the person that is it wouldn't get us. Now, I will sum up a short version, but this time in Spanish. Ahora resumiré una versión corta, pero esta vez en español, para que el resto de la audiencia pueda entenderlo. Buenas tardes a todos. Me gustaría comenzar esta ceremonia tomándome un momento especial para apreciar la clase de 2020, porque hemos tenido un año fuera de lo normal y muy diferente. Nunca en mi vida hubiera pensado que nuestro último año se redujera y que lo pasaría en casa. Pero las cosas suceden por una razón. Creo que probablemente todos necesitamos unirnos y conectarnos con nuestras familias, especialmente porque muchos de nosotros estamos a punto de irnos de nuestras casas y es posible que no lleguemos a estar con nuestras familias por tanto tiempo. Entonces, aunque esto sucedió, hay una razón. Pero mirémonos ahora. Finalmente, lo logramos y estamos listos para abrir un nuevo capítulo en nuestras vidas. Aunque solo asistí por 3 años a NTO, esos 3 años fueron suficientes para saber que NTO es mi familia. Recuerdo mi segundo año en prepa, caminando hacia estas puertas y teniendo mucho miedo, porque era un nuevo ambiente y alumnos diferentes, junto con los maestros que probablemente ya se conocían. Incluso estaba pensando a regresar a mi auto y no entrar al edificio, pero de alguna manera superé mi miedo y entré. Pude pasar mi primer día de semana de cultura, que fue toda una experiencia, porque era una persona tímida y levantarme para presentarme y hacer actividades de trabajo en equipo no era una especialidad mía, pero me sentí bienvenida. Quiero agradecerle a toda mi familia de NTO por los recuerdos divertidos, locos e inolvidables que hicimos. Por último, quiero agradecerle a mi mamá y a mi papá por venir a los Estados Unidos sin nada y darme la mejor oportunidad de convertirme en la persona que soy hoy. Sin su apoyo, hoy no estaría parada aquí para darles este discurso. Now, I want to thank all of you here for hearing me right now, for making this year a memorable year, and for making my high school experience one of the best. I want to thank the facilitators for being there for me and showing me the value of teamwork and the value of what it means to be part of the NTO family. And of course, I can't forget our core values: trust, respect, and responsibility. Lastly, I want to thank my mom and my dad for coming here to the United States with nothing and giving me the best opportunity to become the person that I am today. Without their support, I wouldn't be standing here today giving you this speech. To conclude, finally, I would like to leave you with a quote from Dr. Seuss. Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Thank you, and may we all meet again.
Thank you, Arwen, for the beautiful music. Thank you, Adamari, for that message. We want to welcome you. Family and friends, thank you for joining us as we honor the class of 2020 virtually. Today's focus is to honor all of the accomplishments and the achievements of every NTO senior represented. Family and friends, we want you to know that we are celebrating alongside with you. Graduating from high school is not an easy task, especially in an environment as different as New Tech Odessa's, and especially at times such as these. Today, we're going to celebrate your hard work, your commitment, and your dedication to completing this special landmark in your life. As we begin, I want to make mention of our honorable guests who are joining us virtually, our superintendent and our board of trustees. ECISD Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Scott Murray. President of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Donna Smith. Vice President, Delma Abalos. Secretary, Tammy Hawkins. Judge, Carol Gregg. Dr. Steve Brown. Doyle Woodall. And Nelson Minyard. Thank you for all of your support. I would also like to make mention of the superintendent's leadership team. Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Stephanie Howard. Associate Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction, Dr. Lilia Nunez. Assistant Superintendent of Student and School Support, Alicia Severson. Executive Director of Human Resources, Stacy Ashley. Communications Officer, Mike Atkins. Chief Financial Officer, Art Martin. Chief Operations Officer, Patrick Young. And Chief Technology Officer, Dr. Kelly Wilkes. I would like to make mention and thank ECISD's secondary school leaders. Executive Director of Secondary Schools, Dalia Benavides. And also Executive Director of Secondary Schools, Robert Cedillo. And now, a special thank you and mention to the following representatives of New Tech Odessa. Dean of Students, Christopher Hancock. Counselor, Clelia Carrillo. Instructional Specialist, Janice Lynn Granado. I would like to say a special thank you as well to all the faculty and staff of New Tech Odessa. We believe that the faculty and staff are an essential part of our learners' education. It is you that makes the impact in the classroom. Due to your support, the class of 2020 has new understanding of the things to come. You have been prepared with the knowledge and skills to succeed in the expanding world of tomorrow. It is my pleasure to lead the faculty and staff of New Tech Odessa. Thank you for everything that you do to make our school such a special place. Within your homes, I would like to invite all the parents and all guardians of our graduates to please stand so your graduate can recognize you. Thank you, parents and guardians, for all of your support, especially in times such as these. Learners, this special occasion is to celebrate your accomplishments. Today we gather virtually to celebrate your success and to publicly verify that you have met the requirements set forth by the great state of Texas to receive your long-awaited high school diploma. And now I would like to recognize NTO's top 10 students. Number 10, Joseph Ramirez. Number 9, Christian Cordoba. Number 8, Adamari Dominguez. Number 7, Karina Granado. Number 6, Oliver Martin. Number 5, Menatala Kamel. Number 4, Arwin Weeks. Number 3, Sadie Galvan. Number 2, Salutatorian, Avery Vega. And last but not least, number 1, NTO Valedictorian, Clarissa Garcia. Congratulations, NTO Top 10 students. We know that you deserve this special recognition. And now it is time for the Valedictorian address by Clarissa Garcia, followed by the Salutatorian address by Avery Vega.
Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. Good afternoon. Before I begin, I would like to thank the NTO administration and staff for setting the ceremony up for us and trying to create as much normalcy as possible. I know this certainly isn't the graduation we all envisioned. When we thought about graduation, I'm sure we all pictured a big fancy ceremony filled with excitement about finally graduating and nervousness about tripping on stage in front of everyone. Even though current circumstances don't permit that, it's still a privilege to be able to virtually celebrate all that we have accomplished over the past 4 years because, let's be honest, high school was hard. Freshman year, I'm sure a lot of us struggled to adapt to the transition from middle school. I, for one, had so much trouble speaking in front of people. My face would turn tomato red and I talked a mile a minute, so I'm so sorry if you had watched me present that first year. Sophomore year was a year of tribulation. I have this vivid memory of trying to paint styrofoam balls for the atom project that we had due the next day. And so I remember telling my family not to bump the table that I had the painted electrons drying on. Naturally, the first thing they did was bump the table, and I, of course, went into full meltdown mode over the styrofoam ball that rolled onto the floor. Junior year was a blur, but I remember laughing a lot at Ms. Nunez's independent study and watching my first and only high school football game. Senior year was a year of chaos. Between college applications, capstone, and projects, I know that a lot of us felt overwhelmed and at times unmotivated by senioritis. A lot has happened over these 4 years, so I want to take the time to thank all the people who got me to this point. I first want to thank my facilitators for always supporting me in my academic endeavors. I know I set impossibly high standards for myself, so I appreciate you all for working with me on these. Next, I want to thank my friends for always being my shoulders to lean on. Without memories of our numerous falls, our lunch table chats, or our t-shirt quote list, I would not have had nearly as much fun. I also want to express my gratitude to my family for supporting me from day one. Thank you to my Theo for helping me rationalize why an 80 on a high school assignment doesn't mean that I won't graduate college. Thank you to my grandpa for teaching me the meaning of hard work and what it is to live life day by day, little by little. And thank you to my grandma for comforting me through all my anxiety spirals and staying up with me on all my late nights. I can't thank my family enough for providing me with their unrelenting love and support. Lastly, I want to thank the senior class for being the people that I got to spend my high school experience with. These last 4 years have been a roller coaster, but I'm glad I got to experience it with you all. With that said, it's time, seniors, for us to go out into the world and make our mark. We, the class of 2020, came into the world during 9/11 and are now graduating into a pandemic. There will be challenges and trials ahead as we move through our lives, but if we were able to make it through a pandemic and sophomore year, I have no doubt in my mind that we will all do great things. So congratulations, seniors. We made it. Thank you.
Good Jeremy Baramy, administrators, facilitators, learners, family, and friends. I know life is rough, and time has begun to loop, but thank you for joining us in celebrating over a decade of hard work. High school is an experience that, for those of us graduating tonight, has been one of the few constants over our relatively short lives. To me, this is a comfort. Every year, the routine was the same. We'd wake up, go to school, talk to some friends, struggle through classes, and then go home. This process would repeat every day, 5 days a week, until summer came. And boy, did I love those summer months. But now, that time is over. Summers are over. Spring breaks are over. And school is too. That comfortable routine that was established in order to help us find ourselves is over. The beginning of our life is just now starting, and the tutorial has ended. And frankly, I'm scared. I'm sure many of you feel the same way. The world outside is no longer one of strict routines dictated by our parents, teachers, and administrators. We don't have to go to work if we don't want to. We don't have to continue learning if we don't want to. There's no one forcing us to do anything anymore. But this freedom is paired with an even heavier burden. If we want to keep going, we have to work. If we want to do better, we have to learn. We have to force ourselves. While the routine might be different, there's still a routine. It's just that this routine is one we make ourselves, not one dictated and forced upon us. When I first came to New Tech in 10th grade, I wasn't really sure how I would mesh with the unique culture that our much smaller school had. And spoiler, I didn't. But there were people at the school that made me feel welcome. Many of those people are gone now. Former students like Caleb Shook and Justin Servin. But before they left, these students left a lasting impression on those who got to meet them. I hope that as the senior class of 2020, on our way out the door, that we will leave behind teachers and students and community members that remember us and are sad to see us go. But on a personal level, it wasn't just the students that made me feel welcome. The teachers at New Tech are some of the best I've ever had. Whether teachers are in the CTE program, like Mrs. Hembry, who let me sleep when I wasn't feeling well, and when I was feeling well, or teachers in our halls, like Miss Nunez, who was my lifeline and rock throughout high school, and Mr. Estep, who had an unending level of patience for me and my hobbies. The teachers and facilitators at New Tech are top-notch, and it shows in the work that they do and the students they produce. The classes of the past have gone out into the world and begun to blaze their own trails. Some are doing great, and others, not so much. But now, it's our turn to set our own paths. I'm sure that some of you are prepared for the change and ready to start your new life. But I'm even more sure that there are many of you out there who aren't ready, just like me. The real struggle is just beginning. Some of us will go off to college and continue to learn, while others will go to trade school and hone their craft, while others still will head straight into the workforce. Regardless of what you do, I know that the time spent at New Tech Odessa will have prepared us, for some extent, to the world that comes. Thank you.
Thank you, Clarissa. Thank you, Avery. And now the recognition of NTO's National Honor Society graduates receiving the Honorable White NHS Stole. First off, we have Corina Cortinas Valles, Adamari Dominguez, Sadie Galvan, Clarissa Garcia, Karina Granado, Oliver Martin, Abigail Medina, Lucia Navarrete, Juno Ortega, Ricky Pacheco, Joseph Ramirez, Arwin Weeks, and Jalea Williams. Congratulations, seniors, for National Honor Society. And now, as created by NTO's second principal, Betsabé Salcido, the following two graduates are chosen by the campus principal to receive the Betsabé Salcido Phoenix Award. These are learners who continually show our core values of trust, respect, and responsibility. They are also learners who take ownership and integrity, overcoming many obstacles. This year's Betsabé Salcido Phoenix Awards are going to, first, Brittany Garcia, and second, Brianna Martinez. Congratulations on receiving the Betsabé Salcido Phoenix Awards. Thank you.
My name is Scott Murray, and I'm the superintendent of Ector County Independent School District. Your principal has confirmed to me that each of you have met the criteria established by the Texas Education Agency and the School Board of Ector County Independent School District. And by the power invested in me by the state of Texas and by our local school board, I confer upon each of you a high school diploma. Congratulations.
Mario Ángel Ávila, Noel Octavio Baeza Madrid,
To all my family, thank you for all your support. I love y'all. And to you, Mom, thank you for always being there for me. I love you with all my heart.
I love you.
Desiree Faith Baldwin,
I wanted to say thank you to my friends and family for helping me through this tough time, and I also want to go to OC for 2 years to finish my associates and go to Tech and get my bachelor's.
David William Bates, Brock Odie Bizel, Miguel Angel Camarena,
Hello, I'm Miguel Camarena, and I'm thankful to be graduating in 2020. I'm also thankful for the help of my parents along the way. They helped me tremendously in this journey.
Bailey Lynn Carrillo, Sarah Yared Carrillo,
I want to thank all of my facilitators for these incredible years and these incredible memories. I'll cherish them forever. I love you, and I'll miss you guys so much.
Blade Brianna Chandler,
Christian Joel Cordoba,
Alejandro Corona, Karina Cortinas Valles, Draven Miles Cox, Nicholas Michael Chrissinger, Sofia Dominguez Navarrete, Adamari Dominguez, Josiah Renee Flores, Edgar Omar Franco Jr.,
I wanted to give a big thank you to everybody that's helped guide me through these past few years of life, especially through the tough times. Thank you to my parents, my family members, and Wella. I did it.
Sadie Janelle Galvin, Anthony Flores Garcia, Brittany Nylea Garcia, Clarissa Garcia, Christabel Gonzalez, Sarai Morales Gonzalez, Malia Danielle Grady.
Hello, my name is Malia Grady. This fall, I will be attending California State University of Los Angeles. I will be studying criminal justice. I want to thank my mom, family, and all of my teachers.
Karina Granado.
Hey guys, as unorthodox as this graduation may be, I am proud to be graduating with the class of 2020. I thank everyone in my life, and I will take this step to a better future.
Samantha Carolyn Hancock. Brianna Hernandez. Kaylee Adelaida Hernandez. Mena Ahmed Kamil. Daniel Lavario Jr. Freddie Leyva. Jaciel Jose Lopez.
What up, peeps? I don't know if I'm doing this right. I look old and weird. Anyways, I just want to thank my family and everybody who's been in my life to help me complete this journey.
Savannah Lopez.
I want to thank my family, my friends, and my facilitators for giving me the best 4 years of high school. Congrats, class of 2020. We did it.
Ernesto Lujan. Catherine Jessie Mingus.
Thank you, New Tech, for making this happen and changing my life. If it hadn't been for you, I don't think I'd have been making it to college.
Oliver Lyric Martin. Brianna Yvette Martinez. Christian Dimitri Martinez.
I'd like to thank all the people, such as friends and family, and all the facilitators that helped me get to where I am today and helped me graduate. Thank you.
Abigail Grace Medina.
Hello, my name is Abigail Medina, and I would like to thank anyone who was in my life to help me through this journey. My family, friends, staff at NTO, and my teachers. Thank you.
Lucia Belen Navarrete.
Thank you to my senior class for teaching me absolutely everything. And I hope that each and every single one of you achieves your dreams and whatever you aspire to be.
Jala Decory Neely. Juno Nicholas Ortega.
To quote one of my favorite singers, everything changes with time and you can't predict where you're going to be next year. So I just want to thank everyone that's helped me change for the better.
Jose E. Ortega Jr. Ricky Jordan Pacheco.
Hey guys, Ricky Pacheco here. I'm just saying, congrats to everybody. We graduated. Woo! I'm just sorry to say that I never gave y'all a senior sunrise.
Jose C. Pintor Jr. Joseph Andrew Ramirez. Shelby Bryn Ramos.
My name is Shelby Bryn Ramos, and I would like to thank my friends and family, especially my parents, for always supporting me through these years. And to let y'all know, I did this video last minute just like my homework.
Anai Rodriguez. Kenny Rodriguez. Janice Alyssa Rodriguez.
Hi, I want to thank my family and facilitators for all the guidance and support, and I want to wish my fellow classmates and friends a bright future.
Janessa Rose Rojo.
Thank you to my mom and Doug, my dad and Gabby, and my sister and best friend for life, Cyan. Thank you for supporting me and guiding me through this journey. To my fellow classmates, let's not let the world remember us by this pandemic.
Gladys Belen Romero.
Hey guys, we did it! I'd like to say thank you to all my friends, family, teachers, of course, and my parents. Love y'all so much.
Rodolfo Arturo Sanchez. Jasmine Lizette Sotelo. Samuel Sotelo Jr.
I want to thank my parents and my family for believing in me that I could actually do it. And
Christopher Lee Sanchez Sparks.
It's been a rough year, but thanks to my family, friends, and school, my teachers, supporters, class 2020, we did it.
Evalie K. Steen.
My name is Evalie. Thank you so much to my grandfather and mother for always supporting me throughout these 4 years. Can't wait to see what my future holds.
Ryan Joseph Valdez.
I'd like to thank everybody for the amazing 4 years I had at New Tech. I'd like to thank my mother and father who helped me through these times. And last thing, don't cry for me, baby. Oh.
Avery Vega.
I might look decked out now, but in 10 years, I'm gonna be looking like that.
Nicolasa Elizabeth Washburn. Arwen Ruth Weeks.
Hi everyone, I just want to say thank you to all my friends and family who have been there for me. I love you guys and I'll always be there for you too. Good luck on our journeys. Hook 'em.
Jalea Benet Williams.
Hi, my name is Jalea Williams and I'll be attending Loyola Marymount University where I will be studying political science. I would like to give a big thank you to everyone who has supported me along the way.
Congratulations on behalf of the faculty and staff of NTO. Please know that you have made us very proud. We appreciate the impact you have made on our school, on our district, and our community. As you move on to the next stage in your life, don't forget about our core values of trust, respect, and responsibility. Carry them with you wherever you go. They will always hold true over the years and in every situation. As we close, I would like to introduce to you Joseph Ramirez with the closing comments. Joseph will be followed by Valedictorian Clarissa with the moving of the tassel. Joseph.
Well, we did it. We made it to graduation. Maybe not the graduation we've been waiting for 12 consecutive years, but some type of ceremony to congratulate all of our hard work. While we are opening another chapter in our lives the moment we end this ceremony, this chapter will never completely close. There is so much that we have learned from our facilitators, peers, and parents that expand outside the topic of education, allowing us all to become a family in a way. I would like to say a huge thank you to all of my facilitators for everything that they have done for me and for the memories that were made within their classrooms. Attending New Tech all 4 years, it's interesting to look back at how much I have grown, as well as how the people that I have surrounded myself with have grown as well. Each and every one of you possesses such an amazing personality that drives your passion to pursue a dream. Hang on to that passion and don't stop until you reach your end point. A quote from Ellen DeGeneres that really relates to this topic goes, "Follow your passion. Stay true to yourself. Never follow someone else's path. Unless you're in the woods and you're lost and you see a path, then by all means you should follow that." I hope that none of you get lost in the woods or even think about adventuring without some sort of direction. I do advise you to use your talent and wonderful personality to make this world a better place, however you may choose. Never give up, and remember to stay true to yourself, just like you have been these last 4 years. It was a pleasure meeting all of you, becoming a family together, to represent our 3 core values. Ready? Say it with me. Trust, respect, and responsibility. Here's to a new chapter and the beginning of something new. Congratulations, class of 2020. And now, Clarissa Garcia for the moving of the tassel.
Thank you, Joseph. Will the graduating class of 2020 please stand? Congratulations, we made it. At this time, please move your tassel.